The Duchess outlines the events of one morning last July, and she said, "I knew as I clutched my firstborn child that I was losing my second. Yet despite the staggering commonality of this pain, the conversation remains taboo."
The media is in a frenzy. Prince Harry is reportedly hurrying to take a DNA test amid rumors about Meghan's secret child scandal. London is stunned by a leaked confidential report from Kensington Palace that could spark a major constitutional crisis. A 23-year-old woman named Lindsay has come forward, looking strikingly like Princess Beatrice. She claims to be the result of a hidden relationship between Prince Andrew and Meghan Markle in 2002. In light of these serious allegations, Prince William has taken the unusual step of freezing all of Prince Andrew's assets and security funds. This is to support an urgent investigation rather than deny the rumors, which is the usual response. As the public waits for a statement, a tense silence hangs over the Montecito house. Meghan Markle is not speaking out. Prince Andrew has disappeared behind locked gates, and Harry is close to losing trust in his wife. However, this situation is not just a scandal about romance. It could be much more. Is Lindsay evidence of a troubling past, or is she just a pawn in a bigger scheme? Who is really controlling the story from 2002? When the truth comes to light, will the British monarchy crumble under the scandal? Or will someone important be erased from royal history? On an oak desk at Kensington Palace, a black file sat alone. There were no computers, phones, or drinks. Just a heavy silence filled the room. Prince William opened the file and saw a large portrait of Lindsay. The 23-year-old had large, slightly bulging eyes, a sharp jawline, and distinct auburn hair. The way she looked like Princess Beatrice was either a cruel joke of nature or a carefully planned decision. Next to her photo was an unverified birth certificate listing her birth year as 2003. It showed her mother as an American citizen, but the father's name was blank. William did not need an emergency meeting or to follow his PR team's advice to deny the rumors. Whether Lindsay was honest or not didn't matter right now. What mattered was that her appearance perfectly matched gaps in Prince Andrew's 2002 schedule. William took his fountain pen. Instead of signing an investigation order, he signed an administrative document to freeze assets under the duchy's authority. He crossed Andrew's name off the beneficiary list for the private security and royal expenditure funds. William knew Andrew's true weakness was money. To bring him out of hiding, cutting off his financial support was the fastest way. The document was stamped in red. The order had been issued. In the gloomy royal lodge, Prince Andrew sat at his computer, trying to buy a rare batch of French wine to calm his nerves. He entered his Coutts black card details, the symbol of his financial power. He clicked pay. The screen showed a bright red notification. Transaction declined. Account locked due to security request. Andrew frowned, tapping hard on the keyboard. He tried again with a second card, linked to the family trust, then with a third. All declined. Confusion turned into panic. Andrew called the bank's priority hotline. No one picked up. He heard only a dial tone and an automated message saying his account was under special review. The phone slipped from his hand and fell onto the carpet. He realized this wasn't a system error. This was punishment. William didn't need a trial. He was cutting off Andrew's financial support. Andrew stood up and walked to the liquor cabinet, staring at his tired, worn face in the mirror. Memories of summer 2002 in Nice flooded back. A yacht, endless parties, and a young American woman with sun-kissed skin. He had sworn to the Queen and the family that he had never met Meghan Markle before Harry introduced her. But now, with his accounts locked and a 23-year-old daughter who looked like Beatrice in the papers, he knew that lie could no longer stand. William knew the truth and was forcing Andrew to choose, live in poverty or confess to the sordid truth to survive. Harry slammed his phone onto the table. The cracked screen showed a bright red notification. Kensington Palace officially freezes Prince Andrew's assets to investigate Lindsay. Meghan didn't react. She sat on the sofa, flipping through a magazine as if Harry weren't there. Harry rushed over, grabbed the magazine, and threw it to the floor. He leaned over her, demanding to see a reaction. He needed her to call a lawyer and to issue a denial statement. He wanted to see a mother outraged by false accusations. Meghan adjusted her collar and maintained her cold expression. She looked straight at him with dry eyes, showing no tears or fear. "Silence is the ultimate form of contempt, Harry," she said. She stood up, brushed his hands off, walked to her private room, and locked the door. Harry stood in the middle of the room, watching her go. Her calmness didn't reflect a victim. It showed someone in control. He woke up sweating and left the bedroom, walking down the dark corridor. He reached Meghan's office door and stopped. A strip of yellow light came from the slightly ajar door, along with the sound of a machine. Harry pressed against the wall, peeking through the crack. Meghan stood with her back to him, not working but standing in front of an industrial shredder on the table. He quickly recognized the dark red leather notebook, worn at the corners. It was the 2002 diary that Meghan once claimed was a cherished keepsake from her student days. She tore pages from it, handful by handful. Meghan moved with certainty and strength. She didn't stop to think or check her work. She fed the old pages straight into the shredder. The steel blades tore them apart, turning the memories of 2002 into meaningless strips of paper that fell into a black bin. Harry held his breath and stepped back, gripping the doorframe to keep from collapsing. If Lindsay was lying, why did Meghan stay up all night trying to destroy her own alibi? Why was she erasing evidence the moment Andrew's name was mentioned? Meghan's actions felt cold and calculated, like a criminal cleaning up a crime scene. Harry turned and rushed back to the bedroom, his heart racing. His trust had just shattered. As soon as Meghan's black Range Rover disappeared behind the gates, Harry sprang into action. Ignoring the security patrol, he sprinted to Meghan's private yoga studio, the sanctuary. The door was locked, so he smashed a glass pane to get inside. The air was thick with incense as Harry frantically searched the room, overturning mats and rummaging through drawers. He found nothing until he noticed unusual markings around a large Monstera plant. After moving it, he discovered a loose tile hiding a gray metal box. Inside was a burner phone and a stack of Western Union transfer receipts. Shaking, he powered the phone on to find one conversation with a UK number. Messages indicated Meghan was orchestrating events, including a scheme involving Andrew and a demand for money. Harry realized she was not a victim, but the manipulator. He stuffed the receipts into his jacket pocket, leaving the messy room behind him, betrayed. Meanwhile, in London, Lindsay confidently exited a taxi outside Farrer & Company, dressed in a tailored Chanel suit. Accompanied by a nervous lawyer, she rushed to meet the senior partner on Andrew's case. In the conference room, she slammed a file onto the desk. "I'm not requesting a DNA test, I'm proposing a solution," she declared, presenting a £20 million non-disclosure agreement, stipulating she would relinquish claims and media presence in exchange for the payment and her mother's diary. William's lawyer, an older man with a calm demeanor, picked up the document and looked at the amount before letting it fall onto the desk with disdain. He didn't negotiate but removed his glasses to speak to Lindsay directly. "You've made a poor choice," he said quietly, pressing the security alarm under the desk. "Prince William doesn't pay for silence. He pays for truth." The doors to the meeting room opened, and 2 security guards came in. At Kensington Palace, William took charge. After Lindsay's lawyer turned down the offer, William activated a crisis unit of former MI6 officers and forensic accountants who specialize in royal matters. In a soundproof room lit by a blue LED screen, the investigation leader showed a detailed cash flow chart. William, with arms crossed, watched as the lines connected funds from the Atlantic to London. The investigator highlighted a key connection. The money covered Lindsay's expensive hotel stay and legal fees. The financial analysis changed earlier assumptions. The money didn't come from Prince Andrew's accounts. He was too far in debt. The trail led to a bank in the Cayman Islands, passing through 3 European companies, and traced back to Delaware, USA. "Delaware," William said, "the place for shell companies." Next, the investigator showed the registration for Archetype Consulting, LLC. The listed lawyer was unknown, but William's team traced the IP address used for the transfers to a server at the Sussex's manager's office in Beverly Hills, linked to Doria Ragland. The atmosphere became tense. William reviewed the file. The evidence was clear. On May 15th, $50,000 was sent as a consulting fee for Project L, just before Lindsay arrived. Another $100,000 was sent on May 20th for operational and legal costs. He slammed the file down, startling everyone. The truth was out. Meghan Markle was not Lindsay's mother, but the person funding a plan to damage the monarchy's reputation. An aide suggested, "Your Highness, we have enough evidence to arrest Lindsay and expose the mastermind." William raised his hand to stop him. If they acted now, Meghan would deny involvement, claiming to be a victim. William wanted a cleverer plan to corner her completely. "Hold the line," William instructed. "Let Lindsay keep deceiving. I need Andrew to connect Meghan to this." He understood he had to sacrifice his uncle's honor to turn Meghan's lies into half-truths, putting her in a situation where she knew of Andrew but still lied about the blackmail plot. In Montecito, Harry sat in his dim study, surrounded by payment receipts and a burner phone from the yoga studio. The documents showed funds from a shell company, Archetype Consulting, owned by Meghan Markle. This confirmed that she had used $150,000 from their joint funds, which came from his memoir earnings, to pay people who were attacking him and his family. Feeling betrayed, Harry was determined to find out Meghan's next move regarding Andrew before confronting her. Meanwhile, Prince William faced Andrew in a dark room, presenting a draft agreement that demanded £20 million. Andrew, in dire financial straits, signed a document admitting he had known Meghan since 2002. This decision effectively ended his royal career. William quickly leaked the confession to the Times, sparking media excitement with the headline, "Bombshell: Former Prince Andrew admits relationship with Meghan Markle." In Montecito, Meghan was happy with the outcome, but struggled to text Lindsay due to a sending error. In a meeting room in London, 5 newspaper editors met for a private briefing from Kensington Palace. William entered and presented DNA test results proving no connection to Prince Andrew or Meghan. He also shared bank statements that showed a $150,000 transfer from Meghan's company to Lindsay's lawyer. "Tomorrow, you won't report a scandal," William said. "You will report a crime." The Duchess of Sussex hired someone to pretend to be her daughter to extort £20 million from the royal family. At the same time, Meghan was trying to resend a message when Harry burst in with a grey metal box he found. Inside were a burner phone and Western Union receipts. Harry revealed the last message Meghan sent: "Release fake DNA immediately." Meghan claimed William had framed her, but Harry confronted her with the truth. She hired Lindsay to blackmail his family. He took off his Welsh gold wedding band and left, ending their marriage. At 6 a.m., the Metropolitan Police arrested Lindsay at Claridge's hotel, where she admitted she had been hired. Major UK newspapers reported the story, and in the US, Netflix and other companies cut ties with Meghan. In her Montecito mansion, alone and facing lawsuits, Meghan received calls from her legal team. 12 hours later, Prince Harry arrived at Heathrow, walking through the crowd without his wedding ring, feeling free but humiliated. Meanwhile, Prince Andrew left the royal lodge, ending his royal life. William watched him go, relieved but aware of the uncertain future of the monarchy. Would Meghan fade away, or was she planning one last move against the royal family?